What if I told you that the one thing you're desperately trying to avoid every single day is exactly what you need to find meaning, purpose, and genuine happiness in your life? That's right. I'm talking about boredom. You know that feeling, don't you? You're standing in line at the coffee shop and your hand instinctively reaches for your phone. You're at a red light, and before you even realize it, you're scrolling through Instagram. You're lying in bed, and instead of letting your mind wander, you're watching one more TikTok video, then another, then another. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, once wrote in his Meditations, "Nowhere can man find a quieter or more untroubled retreat than in his own soul." But here's the uncomfortable truth. We've lost access to that retreat. We've barricaded ourselves away from our own souls with an endless stream of notifications, content, and digital noise. And stick with me here, because in about 10 minutes, I'm going to reveal the exact practice that Marcus Aurelius used during the most chaotic period of his life that can transform how you experience every single day. But first, you need to understand what's actually happening in your brain when you refuse to be bored. Let's talk about something called the default mode network, or DMN. This is a set of brain structures that activate when you're not cognitively occupied with external tasks. Think of it as your brain's screensaver mode. It kicks in when there's nothing else demanding your attention. Here's where it gets fascinating. Researchers at Harvard conducted an experiment that reveals just how much we fear this state. They put people in a room for 15 minutes with absolutely nothing to do. No phone, no book, nothing. But they gave them one option, a button that would deliver a painful electric shock. You know what happened? People chose to shock themselves rather than sit alone with their thoughts for 15 minutes. Let that sink in. We would literally rather experience physical pain than mental boredom. The Stoics understood this 2,000 years ago. Seneca wrote, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it." But what he meant wasn't just that we waste time on trivial activities. He meant we waste it avoiding the very contemplation that gives life meaning. Now here's where things get darker. We're living through an epidemic of depression and anxiety, especially among young people. The rates have skyrocketed over the past 15 years, and while there are many factors at play, there's one that doesn't get talked about enough. We no longer know what our lives mean, and worse, we're not even looking for the answer. You see, when your default mode network activates, it forces your mind to wander into uncomfortable territory. It makes you think about those big existential questions. What's the meaning of my life? Am I living according to my values? What really matters to me? Am I becoming who I want to be? These questions are uncomfortable. They're scary. They demand honest answers. And so we found the perfect escape, that glowing rectangle in our pocket. Marcus Aurelius faced unimaginable challenges. While you're stressed about your work deadline, he was fighting barbarian invasions on the northern frontier. While you're worried about your quarterly review, he was dealing with a devastating plague that killed millions across the empire. While you're juggling your schedule, he was managing the fate of the entire known world. And yet, he found time to think, to reflect, to be bored. Here's the vicious cycle that's destroying you, and you probably don't even realize it's happening. You feel a moment of boredom, you pull out your phone, you get a hit of dopamine from a notification, a like, a message. Your brain learns that boredom equals bad, distraction equals good. The next time boredom arrives, which might be just 15 seconds later, you need that phone even faster. Your tolerance for boredom decreases. Your capacity to find meaning in your own thoughts diminishes. You feel empty, anxious, depressed, so you reach for your phone even more desperately. And the cycle spirals downward. Epictetus, another Stoic philosopher, taught his students man is disturbed not by things, but by the views he takes them of. But what if you never even see things? What if you're so constantly distracted that you never have a view of anything at all? This is the recipe for a life without meaning. This is why you feel empty even when your life looks perfect on paper. This is why you're anxious even when there's no real threat. This is why you're depressed even when you have everything you thought you wanted. Now, I know what you're thinking, but I need my phone. I have work emails. What if there's an emergency? What if I miss something important? Let me address that directly. Marcus Aurelius didn't have email, but he had messengers bringing urgent news from every corner of the empire. Wars, rebellions, plagues, political conspiracies. And you know what he understood that we've forgotten? Real emergencies are rare, actually rare. That thing happening on Twitter right now? Not an emergency. That news notification? Not an emergency. That message from your coworker? Almost certainly not an emergency. You can set your phone to allow calls from 2 or 3 important numbers for true emergencies, and everything else can wait. And here's the beautiful part. When you start allowing yourself to be bored, something magical happens. First, you'll feel worse. I won't lie to you. The first few days of embracing boredom feel terrible. That's your dopamine addiction screaming for its fix. It's like any withdrawal. Your brain will try to convince you that this is urgent, that you need to check, that something terrible will happen if you don't look at your phone right now. That discomfort? That's actually the sound of your default mode network waking up after a long sleep. That's your soul knocking on the door, asking to be let back in. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." And you can't have quality thoughts if you never give yourself the space to think them. After about a week of practicing intentional boredom, something shifts. You start having ideas, real ideas, creative thoughts, insights about your life, your relationships, your purpose. You'll be at the gym, staring at the wall between sets, and suddenly understand something about yourself that's been hidden for years. You'll be stuck in traffic, and instead of rage or frustration, you'll find yourself thinking through a problem that's been bothering you, and the solution will just emerge. The things that used to bore you, your work, your relationships, even washing the dishes, suddenly become more interesting. Why? Because you're actually present for them. You're not constantly comparing them to the hyperstimulated content on your phone. Now, here's that practice I promised you at the beginning, the one Marcus Aurelius used. Marcus wrote his meditations during military campaigns on the frontier, far from Rome. These weren't written to be published. They were his private journals, written in moments of stillness during the chaos of war. When he was in his tent at night, when he was traveling between battles, when he was waiting for reports from his generals, in those moments of boredom, he reflected. Here's the plot twist that changes everything. The most profound philosophical text in Western history, read by millions of people seeking wisdom for over 1,800 years, was written during moments that we today would have filled with scrolling through social media. Think about that. The insights that have guided presidents, entrepreneurs, athletes, and everyday people through their darkest times were born from boredom. They weren't born from consumption of content. They were born from the space between activities, from the silence, from the stillness. Marcus wrote, "Confine yourself to the present, not to your phone, to the present, to the actual moment you're living in." So here's what you're going to do, and I promise you, if you commit to this for just 2 weeks, you will notice a profound difference in how you feel. Protocol 1. Exercise without devices. Don't take your phone to the gym. Not for music, not for tracking, nothing. You'll feel anxious the first few times. That's good. That's the feeling of your DMN activating. You'll have your most interesting ideas while exercising without distractions. Your mind will wander, and in that wandering, you'll find insights you've been missing. Seneca said, "The mind must be given relaxation. It will rise improved and sharper after a good break." And by break, he didn't mean scrolling. He meant actual rest for your consciousness. Protocol 2. Commute in silence. Drive to work without the radio, without podcasts, without anything. Just sit in traffic with your thoughts. I know it sounds horrible. Do it anyway. The first week will be uncomfortable. The second week, you'll start noticing things. Your actual feelings about your job, your relationships, your life direction. Marcus Aurelius spent months traveling between Rome and the German frontier. Those journeys, which would be mind-numbingly boring by our standards, were when he did his deepest thinking. Protocol 3. Master the 15-minute window. Start small. Can you sit for 15 minutes with absolutely nothing? No phone, no book, no music, no television. Just you and your mind. Practice this. Get better at it. Gradually extend it. The Stoics called this exercise premeditatio malorum, the premeditation of evils. But there's a flip side, the premeditation of meaning. In stillness, you discover what actually matters to you. Protocol 4. Device-free evenings. No devices after 7 p.m. None. And don't sleep with your phone in your bedroom. Charge it in another room. Set it so only emergency numbers can reach you. The evening is sacred time. It's when ancient philosophers did their daily review, examining their actions, thoughts, and progress toward virtue. You can't do that while watching Netflix and scrolling Instagram simultaneously. Protocol 5. Screen fasts. Once a month, take a full weekend without screens. No phone, no computer, no television. The first time will feel like torture. You'll think of 100 reasons why you can't do it. Do it anyway. By the end of the weekend, you'll feel like you've taken a vacation without going anywhere. Marcus wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Your phone is an outside event. Your peace is your mind. Choose your mind. Protocol 6. Meals without screens. Every meal, especially with family, is screen-free. Be present with your food. Be present with your people. The practice of mindful eating isn't just some wellness trend. It's thousands of years old. Epictetus taught, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. You can't react to what's actually happening if you're not present for it. Now, some of you are thinking, this sounds nice, but I have real responsibilities. I can't just disconnect. Let me tell you something. Marcus Aurelius had more responsibilities than you or I will ever have in our entire lives. The fate of millions of people depended on his decisions. Wars, famines, plagues, all on his shoulders. And yet, he found time for stillness, for boredom, for thought. You know why? Because he understood that his quality of decision-making, his wisdom, his leadership, all of it depended on the clarity of his mind. And clarity requires space. You're not too busy to be bored. You're too distracted to be effective. There's a difference. Here's what really happens when you embrace boredom. You stop feeling bored by ordinary life. Your job becomes more interesting because you're actually paying attention to it. Your relationships deepen because you're genuinely present. Even mundane tasks like washing dishes or folding laundry become meditative practices. You start asking the big questions that give life meaning. Who am I? What do I value? What kind of person do I want to become? How do I want to be remembered? What truly matters? Marcus wrote, "When you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love. But you can't think these thoughts if you're immediately reaching for your phone to check notifications." You become more creative. The DMN isn't just for existential pondering, it's where creative connections happen. Artists, writers, inventors, they all need boredom to do their best work. So do you. You become less anxious. Anxiety often comes from disconnection from the present moment. When you're constantly stimulated, you're never truly here. When you're never truly here, everything feels threatening. You become more grateful. When you slow down enough to actually experience your life, you notice how much you have. The Stoics called this negative visualization, imagining loss to appreciate presence. But you can't appreciate presence if you're never present. Something else happens too, something harder to describe. You start to feel like yourself again. You know that version of you that existed before smartphones, before social media, before the constant connectivity? That person isn't gone. They're just buried under layers of digital noise. When you create space for boredom, that person reemerges. Your authentic interests resurface. Your genuine values become clear. Your real desires, not the ones manufactured by algorithms, reveal themselves. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself in your way of thinking, but you need to give yourself space to think." Here's the truth that no one wants to hear. You're not afraid of boredom. You're afraid of what you might discover about yourself in the silence. What if you sit with your thoughts and realize you hate your job? What if you discover your relationships are superficial? What if you understand that you've been living someone else's life, chasing someone else's dreams? These realizations are terrifying. They're also liberating. Because once you see the truth, you can change it. Seneca wrote, "It is not because things are difficult that we do not dare. It is because we do not dare that they are difficult." Boredom gives you the courage to dare. In the stillness, you find not just who you are, but who you want to become. And the gap between those two people becomes visible. That is your life's work. So here's what I want you to do, starting today. Pick one protocol. Just one. Maybe it's exercising without your phone. Maybe it's driving in silence. Maybe it's device-free evenings. Start there. Commit to it for 2 weeks. Notice what comes up. Write down the thoughts you have during those boring moments. You'll be surprised. Then, add another protocol. Build slowly. This isn't about perfection, it's about practice. Marcus Aurelius wrote in his Meditations, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one." Don't waste time arguing whether boredom is valuable. Experience it. Be bored. Find meaning. Here's the final lesson, the one that brings everything together. The quality of your life is not determined by the quality of your content consumption. It's determined by the quality of your self-examination. Marcus Aurelius faced wars, betrayals, illness, and the weight of empire. He could have distracted himself endlessly with entertainment, with wine, with spectacles. Roman emperors had access to every pleasure imaginable. Instead, he chose stillness. He chose boredom. He chose thought. And because of that choice, his wisdom echoes through millennia, not just in philosophy books, but in the lives of everyone who reads his words and finds guidance. Your life might not echo through millennia, but it will echo through the lives you touch. Your children, your friends, your community. What will that echo sound like? Will it be the sound of someone who was always present, always thoughtful, always growing? Or will it be the sound of someone who was always distracted, always scrolling, always elsewhere? The Stoics believed that philosophy wasn't about academic debate. It was about how to live. Marcus wrote, "The art of living is more like wrestling than dancing." Embracing boredom is wrestling. It's hard, it's uncomfortable, but it's where you build strength. So put down your phone. Look up. Look within. Be bored. Be present. Be human. The meaning you're searching for isn't out there in the digital world. It's in here, in the quiet spaces between stimulus and response. It's in the gaps. It's in the boredom. Marcus Aurelius, standing on the frozen German frontier, facing an uncertain future. He wrote, "Confine yourself to the present." That's your homework. That's your practice. That's your path to meaning. Now, if you found value in this, if this resonated with you, if you're ready to take back your mind from the tyranny of constant stimulation, hit that subscribe button. Because this channel is about living with intention, wisdom, and presence, just like the Stoics taught. And leave a comment telling me which protocol you're going to try first. Let's build a community of people who dare to be bored. Thank you for listening. Now, go find some boredom.